Good afternoon, everybody. Can you hear me through the mic? You will. There we go. Good afternoon, everybody. Today is a wonderful day. I want to say something first, though, and that is anyone in uniform, if you're ever down about your job or you wake up one morning and you don't like it, I hope you heard what the young vocal child was doing over here. Like, that's the job you work for right there. So just remember that, right? So today is a wonderful day. We get to welcome 18 new people to our family. And, yes. And 7 promotions. Today you're going to see the largest pinning ceremony that this fire department has ever had. Before we get started, though, I would like to ask our chaplain, Brianne Robertson, to come up for an invocation and lead us in the pledge.
Thank you. If you'll bow your heads with me, please. Dear Heavenly Father, what an honor it is to be here. First and foremost, because it's the day that you've made. Father, it's a day that we've come to celebrate these incredible men and women who have graduated from intense training, for those men and women who are being promoted. Father, thank you for this opportunity to celebrate together. Thank you for the calling that you've placed on their lives. Thank you, God, that in them you've given them the courage and the stamina to persevere. Thank you for the instructors and the leaders who have trained them to become the best firefighters Titusville will ever have. Father, thank you for the family and for the friends who have supported them, who have encouraged them along the way. I know there have been days that have been tough and sometimes seemingly impossible, but through your strength with the family, with the friends and the instructors, Father, they have accomplished great things. Please protect them as they go on to their new assignments. Father, for the promotions, may they be expanded in their knowledge and experience to bring great things to this community. Father, we want to commit this time. We want to commit every individual in this room to you. Thank you for your multiple blessings on this department, this agency, and this great city. In your heavenly name, amen.
Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and stand for the national colors, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated.
Thank you, Chaplain Robertson. So most of you know me. For those of you that don't, my name is John Stolas, and I am privileged to be the fire chief for this fire department. What you're going to see today is the result of hard work, positive change, and what a large group of people all working towards a common goal can achieve. Over the course of the past year, we've been very busy. We've done a complete reorganization. We've rebranded. We've hired 18 new employees, added 11 positions, and we've also begun construction on our 5th fire station, Station 14. These efforts have taken a lot of dedication from a lot of different people, and first and foremost, I have to thank the citizens of Titusville, because without their support, we would be out of a job. We work for them. I also need to thank our elected officials, our Mayor, Dan Diesel. If you are here, stand up. They are busy people, so they might not all be here. Our Mayor, Dan Diesel, our Vice Mayor, Joe Robinson, Jolynn Nelson, Sarah Stokel, and Herman Cole. I would also like to thank our city manager, Scott Larice, as well. And I owe a huge thanks. I actually have a list of people I need to thank because we've done a lot over the course of the past year. I need to thank Joe DeNaro, who is the head of our HR department. With the amount of people that they've had to process over the past few months, it pretty much justifies a completely full-time position. So that being said, they still had to operate the rest of the city and serve the rest of the city, but they dedicated a lot of time and a lot of effort to the onboarding process, so I owe them thanks. Our fire department administration team, you all did an amazing job. Many of us had to redefine what our regular job role was throughout this process, and by default, that kind of pushes you very far outside of your comfort zone. I know that's not easy, so I do want to thank you. I want you to know, truly, I appreciate all the hard work that you've had to put into this, and as I believe, as I was saying, push outside of comfort zone. I think I saw Gloria in the back doing this. Yes, because we expected a lot of the people in administration to onboard all these firefighters. I also owe thanks to Captain Matt Johnson and to our training team because they have gone above and beyond what is expected of them to ensure that all of these recruits receive the proper training that they need. For the past few months, it's almost seemed as though they've been in a constant state of fire academy, right? So I do want to thank them for that. However, Captain Johnson, where are you sitting? Yes. Good job, but you got a lot of work ahead of you because these fine firefighters have to make it through probation still. So every single crew on every single shift for just about the next year is going to be functioning with a probationary firefighter on it. Not only that, but they're actually going to have a firefighter with less than 6 months of experience on their crew. So our lieutenants as well, they have their work cut out for them, right? I need to thank them in advance for the work that they're going to put in. And finally, I also need to thank Pastor Jody Wells, Ann Powell, and the staff here at Path Apostolic because we knew this was going to be a big ceremony. We needed to find a facility that could hold all of us, and they were more than willing to help. Not only did they donate the use of this building, but they also helped us orchestrate this whole event as well. So, what to expect in this event? We have a lot of people to get through, a lot of people to pin and recognize. What we're going to do is we're going to call these individuals up in groups. We're going to recognize them while they're up here. However, there is not enough room on the stage to actually pin them and invite family members up. So once we recognize them, we're going to have them move to the front. That's where the pinning is going to take place. So in a minute, I would like to call the first group up. But first, as you all saw in the opening video, and I don't need to stress this point, but the fire service is an amazing profession, right? And specifically, the Titusville Fire Department is an amazing fire department. So I don't need to belabor that anymore when I address the newest members of our fire department. And to those who are the newest members of our team, this is what I want to say to you. There are many ways for you to be successful in this career. I won't argue with anybody on that. But what I'm going to tell you now is the best way to be successful in this line of work. You need to have a well-ordered life. First and foremost, to have that, this relationship has to be right. This relationship has to be right. You're going to experience some very awesome things, but you're also going to experience some very awful things too. And you'll want to have that relationship right. This is in order, right? So number 2, you need to have a solid family at home. Now, you may define family as really close friends or a biological family. However you define it, that's fine. But you need that solid support at home. Why is that? Because when you come to work in the morning, you need to be 100% dedicated to what you do. Right? There are going to be things going on in the home front, and you have to know that your home is well taken care of while you have to focus many times in life or death situations. That's 2. Number 3 is you need to immerse yourself into this career. There are so many great opportunities to take advantage of. You're going to establish relationships that you will have forever. You're going to learn things you never imagined possible. But none of that's going to happen if you don't take the initiative to immerse yourself into this career. And how interesting is that you have, coming from the fire chief, the focus of their career is actually number 1, 2, 3rd on their priority list, right? So why is that? Why is that number 3 on the priority list? Because anybody who has a successful career, I mean a truly successful career, not like some facade of success, that individual also has a solid family at home who supports them. Right? That's what creates a successful job. A solid family at home is also then a reflection of the relationship that you have with our Creator. That's how that works. It all works together. The minute that you make success the priority, you're off. Your priorities are off. And it all falls apart there. I've had a chance to meet each one of you one-on-one and as a group. We've trained together, some of us. Some of us have gone for runs together. Some more jogging than running, but we're working on that still. And we've definitely engaged in meaningful conversation together. So from what I can see, you all have the right ingredients to make very good firefighters. With that, I'm going to call the first group up to swear in, and I'll call you by name. If you guys know who the first group is, I believe Captain Canada organized you, so you can start making your way up now. So first, and not in this order, Vincent Marino, who couldn't be here today, but otherwise would be recognized with them. Jesse Stanley, Megan Dennis, Carson Wise, Colby Hitchens, Jawan McIntyre, James Weymouth, Rodrigo Chong, and Joshua Garner. All right, and as soon as we go through the swear-in, then I'm going to have you guys move to the front to get pinned by your family members, okay? And you all have your family member picked out? Good deal. All right, raise your right hand and repeat after me, please. I state your name.
I, James Wiggins,
Recognize the importance and honor of my profession.
recognize the importance and honor of my position.
I swear and affirm to conduct my personal and professional life so that it inspires public confidence. To judge fellow firefighters by standards I myself hold. And never jeopardize the safety of my fellow firefighter. To regard it as my duty to avail myself of opportunities to enhance my professional skills and abilities. To pledge loyalty to my supervisors, fellow firefighters, and the organization I represent. To acknowledge this badge as a symbol of the public's faith and trust in me. I pledge to faithfully perform the duties of a firefighter and remain true to the ethics of the fire service. So help me God. Congratulations, guys. Why don't let's make our way down and we'll go ahead and get pinned there. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Thanks, Chief.
Congratulations. So if you're a family member, I hope they've communicated with you already if you're the one doing the badging. So you can make your way to the front now. All right, please badge your firefighter. Is that everybody? Did anybody draw any blood? No? We didn't try hard enough then. All right, let's give them another round of applause. All right, you all can have a seat. We're going to welcome up, we have 2 groups of new hires we're working through here, so we're going to welcome up the next group. So in this group, you guys can make your way up now. And in this order, we have Kyle Carnival, Michael Leary, Samuel Delgado Aviles, Reese Combs, Gavin Bordet, Luke Fabian, Matthew Brune, and Carlton Taylor. All right, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Recognize the importance and honor of my profession. I swear and affirm to conduct my personal and professional life so that it inspires public confidence. To judge fellow firefighters by standards I myself hold. Never jeopardize the safety of any fellow firefighter. To regard it as my duty to avail myself of opportunities to enhance my professional skills and abilities. To pledge loyalty to my supervisors, fellow firefighters, and to the organization I represent. To acknowledge this badge as a symbol of the public's faith and trust in me. And to pledge to faithfully perform the duties of a firefighter and remain true to the ethics of the fire service. So help me God. Congratulations, guys. Why don't you make your way to the front now? Congratulations. Congratulations. Congrats. Congratulations. 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 All right, family members, you know the drill. Find your firefighter. All right, let's give them another round of applause. Thank you, guys. Congratulations. The next group of people we're going to ask to come to the stage are those promoting to the rank of driver-operator. So, Jermaine McCoy, Will Martin, Desmond Russo, Pat King, and Stephen Hartzell. More times than not, the position of driver operator is coveted as the best position in the fire service. Simply put, this is probably because it's the most fun job to do in the fire service. But it also represents the single largest increase of any person's responsibility, any level of responsibility to any one individual. In other words, a firefighter, someone who is the rank of firefighter, is accountable in large part for themselves and for their own actions. The transition to driver-operator, now that individual is responsible for the lives of their crew and for millions of dollars worth of equipment. So when these drivers are responding to an emergency, the lives of their crews are in their hands. When they arrive to that emergency, they then establish the lifeline that feeds them into a fire. Right? It's quite the responsibility. Do you want to back out yet? That sounds pretty impressive. As long as we're good to continue forward. I've had and I am 100% confident that each one of these individuals is capable of living up to that expectation. And I want to congratulate you guys. Thank you very much. So we're going to have you guys pinned down by the front too. Thank you. Congratulations, Jermaine. Congratulations as well. Congrats. Congratulations. Congratulations. If you're a family member who's going to be pinning one of these, you can make your way to the front. Megan, it shouldn't take you that long. You know what you're doing. All right, let's give these guys a round of applause. Next, I'd like to ask our two fire inspectors to please come to the stage, Kyle Mack and Amanda Bauman. All right, generally, the fire service is thought to be reactive in nature, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. You injure yourself, you accidentally set your house on fire, you have a cat stuck in a tree, you react, and then you call the fire department. And then we react and come to your house and help you with whatever that situation is. And then we're done and everyone's happy. However, believing that that is all we do undermines the aspect of the fire service that contributes more to your personal safety on a daily basis than anything else. So if you're like the vast majority of us and you've never had to deal with the catastrophe of your house catching on fire, you have fire prevention to thank for that. If you work in a business or in a public building and you go there and you feel safe, you have fire prevention to thank for that. And I like to put this into terms that I know our mayor, and if you know him, you'll get where I'm going with this, but I like to put it in terms that he could really appreciate. As a fire chief, I got two teams, an offense and a defense. And this is my offensive team. I'm very proud to work alongside these individuals, and I look forward to their continued contribution to our fire department family. And today we are recognizing Kyle's promotion to Inspector 2 and Amanda as a new hire. If you guys would like to, make your way to the front and we'll get you badged. Right? Not before you shake my hand, though. Congratulations.
Glad you escaped with it.
Yeah. Congratulations. Our final recognition is going to be for the promotion of Matt Johnson to the rank of captain. Matt, come on up. Matt is promoting from the position of lieutenant to captain. A lieutenant in the fire service, and for those of you who aren't aware, you get hired as a firefighter, you promote to driver, then it's lieutenant, then it's captain. So a lieutenant in the fire service, they're the first formal promotion into a leadership position. Now the reality is there's leadership all throughout the hierarchy in the line of work that we do. But as far as formalities go, that's the first step into a leadership position. And as a lieutenant, it's your responsibility to lead a crew. Matt Johnson excels at being a lieutenant. However, the position he is now promoting to is training captain, and his new expectation will be to lead a training team and to oversee all training operations. Captain Johnson is making a career transition from leading a crew to leading leaders. And this is something that takes a very intentional change in mindset, and oftentimes leaders tend to struggle with this kind of thing. And I want to give you a really good example of what I'm talking about. It was several weeks ago where I pay Captain Johnson and a few of our crews a visit out at our training center. And as I pull up, I notice there's 3 crews working on some high-angle rescue training. And then there's Matt Johnson over here like tying some ropes together or something. In all reality, he's setting up for the next scenario, but he was apart doing his own thing. So I walked over to him and I was like, hey, what's up? How's it going? What you guys working on? And then he enthusiastically gets up and he explains to me that he's got 3 crews all working underneath one of the training team members, and they're doing a high-angle rescue for a dummy victim off the roof of a building, lowering him to another crew. He's got this whole elaborate thing set up, and it's just finely tuned and orchestrated, yet he's removed from it. So he got that momentum going, and then he was able to step back. That's exactly what I'm talking about when I say leading leaders. And that's exactly what we're looking for in training captain. Matt Johnson is stepping into a big responsibility, and he knows that. But he also knows that it's very rewarding as well, and I think he's seen a lot of that reward over the past few months sending these new recruits through their training program. I have no doubt that Captain Johnson will make this program his own and raise our standard as a department. Congratulations, Captain Johnson. We're actually going to do his pinning a little bit different. We're going to invite Chief Abernathy up to come pin him. But he's going to stay here on stage because Matt would also like to share a few words when he's done being pinned. Congrats, man. It's all yours.
First of all, thank everyone for coming. This is definitely something different for us. Like Chief said, we've got the largest pinning that we've ever seen, probably since the inception of our department. I remember in 2022, when we were rebranding our department, we built this guiding coalition, and it was a select few members of our department from all ranks. And I believe we were sitting in our multipurpose room, and the new organizational chart had been introduced, which kind of reorganized our whole top end, and it made a lot more sense. And one of the things that first stuck out to me was a spot on the bottom, branched off and said training captain. And I'd be lying if I didn't first start, and I was like, yeah, that's going to be me, I think. They're going to come after me, because I'd already been part of the training division, and you know, one of the key members is I think most of our training divisions here in some role or the other. And as soon as I saw that, and then they started detailing and going into more detail about each role and what it entails, it seemed like all eyes turned on me. And initially I was like, yeah, this isn't going to be for me. You know, I was happy being a lieutenant on a fire truck. You know, I like to get my hands dirty, and Chief had approached me shortly after that and kind of explained it to me, and saying that it was going to be more of a 90%, you know, in the field, 10% in the office, very field oriented. So they convinced me to do the 6-month, you know, interim position with no pressure of taking it or applying for it. Just try it out, see how I liked it. Within a few months, it was pretty obvious that it was a position for me. I realized that I had a lot more influence and ability and pull in building our department in the vision that I saw it in, and amongst Chief Harris, Chief Stolas, and the rest of us in the office. So it's been a very cool last few months. Obviously, bringing on 18 new hires, that tied us up for a while. I think we were all pretty burnt out at the end of this, and we needed a break. It was just constant, nonstop, 40-hour, you know, back to back. I had to reassure our guys on our training division, like, we got one more group, guys, one more group, okay? I just want to, hang on, I lost my spot here. So the biggest thing that, you know, I really take away from this is having the support and confidence from everybody here in the department. You know, before I even got the position, when I was there interiming on it, people were coming around, hey Cap, how you doing? Da da da. It was like it was already going to happen, and you know, having the confidence and the support of you guys is definitely made me do it. I wouldn't have done it if it weren't, you know, if I knew I didn't have the confidence or the backing between you guys. Simple ambitions for this in my career here. I just want to provide our personnel with the highest quality training and build their confidence to handle the challenges of our job and move our department to its maximum potential. Thank you guys again for the confidence and the backing, and it really means a lot to me. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. So that concludes our department recognition. I do want to leave you with one thing before we finish up. It's been my objective and the objective of this department to match our resources to the needs of a growing community, and I've said that before, and I've said it many times, and that is exactly what we're doing. But that doesn't mean it's easy. It's actually very challenging. It's very challenging, but it's also very rewarding to see it all come to fruition in an event like this. So I want to thank you all again. Let's give everyone who's been pinned another round of applause. And finally, I just have 3 housekeeping things I'd like to go over. There are refreshments in the lobby. However, do not bring them in here. They stay in the lobby. I want to leave this place as clean as when we found it. The second thing is, if you were pinned today, or recognized in any way, I need you, the very first thing you do when we get done here is to meet me in the front of the stage here. So before we do pictures or anything else, because we need to get a group shot together, and then feel free to get pictures with your family. And then the last thing I have is to the newest members of our family. You got your badges, congratulations, but they came at a cost. That is, we need your help cleaning up when we get done. So thank you all, have a good evening.